Allegiance and national anthem is not available. Roll call and verification of quorum. Will Chair Hurst or Chair Yalamanchili be taking?
I'll be doing it today.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So Senator Herrera. Mateo. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Senator Trainer. Uh-oh. Okay. Senator Ebay. Chair Kenna.
Present.
Thank God. Okay. Senator Morissette.
Wouldn't miss it for the world. Present.
Thank you. Temple is absent. I know that. Senator Bishop. Okay. Senator Carringle.
Present.
Thank you. Senator Datlas. Okay. Senator DeCara.
Present.
Thank you. Senator Butler.
Present.
Thank you. Senator Campbell.
Alive and well.
Thank you. Senator Castillo. Okay, Mateo, is that you? Are you unable to speak?
Yep, sorry, I just joined. President
Very
Wood.
good. Got you. All right. Castillo. Okay. Senator Lazier.
Present.
Thank you. Fintel.
Present.
Hamid.
Present.
Larson. Oh, we're on a roll. Come on. Larson. Okay. Senator Moore. Senator Rose. Wow. Senator Whitson.
Here.
Thank you. Senator Brown.
Present.
Senator Samillo.
Present.
Hamayan.
Present.
Nadella. I believe that would be for the interim position for Nadella's seat, I'm guessing. Is that person here? The one we approved of last week? Okay.
That is that's for Luthra.
My apologies. So Nadella is not here?
Oh, I'm the sign over for him. I'm present.
Okay.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
making
Sorry
sure.
about that. Sorry about that.
You're fine. All right. Ishan Patel?
Here.
Okay. Yalamanchili is not here at the moment. Luthra. Okay. Yusufari?
No longer a senator.
Right. I'll take that off of that. Acosta? I know you're here.
Indeed. Yes. Hi. Hello.
Okay, there you go. Borges? Wow. All right. Carter?
Present.
You. Duke?
Present.
Hodgefelder? Okay. Ms. Holmes, you are here? I am here. Kazay?
I am here.
Awesome. Lacasse?
Present.
AJ Patel?
Here.
Pullman?
Present.
Richmond?
Present.
Sandlin?
Present.
Rivera? Damarla?
Here.
And Matal? Okay. So with a count of 30 out of,
has their hand up.
yes, I am counting her in my account. I'm just going to fix it in a second. So out of 30 of 43, we have quorum. We're good.
Awesome. Give me 1 second while Rose is being admitted.
Do we just count them in the initial roll call because they're right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just getting something handled for our confirmations before I return to the agenda. All right, approval of the minutes. Take a look at last meeting's minutes and then I'll take a motion. D-Leg Morset.
Motion to approve last meeting's minutes?
There's been a motion to approve last meeting's minutes. Are there any objections? Seeing none, those minutes stand approved. Approval of the agenda. Take a look at today's agenda, and then I will take a motion. But first, I think we're only seeing, for confirmations, I think we're only seeing 3 or 4 of the legislative individuals. I'm not sure which ones ENA chose to see today. Is Kana here?
Yeah,
Or
I'm trying to
Takara?
find that file for
Okay.
you.
No
Takara, can you, here, let me check the email actually.
Okay, thank you, Reese. I appreciate it. Give me a second while I. Okay, now I'll take a motion. Samilo?
Motion to approve this meeting's agenda.
All right, there's been a motion to approve today's agenda. Are there any objections? Seeing none, that stands approved. Let me erase this. All righty, no problem, Reese, you're all good. Castillo?
President voting.
So noted at 6:10 p.m. Open forum, are there any non-senators wishing to speak during open forum? Seeing none, announcements from the student body president, President Greenaway.
Hi, everyone. I hope everyone is, can you hear me? Awesome. I hope everyone is doing well. So this week has been pretty busy. So just some exciting updates. So we had a meeting with Brightline, which is the new train that is coming to Orlando that will connect Orlando to South Florida to discuss a partnership. So whether that be a UCF discount or just different giveaways of tickets, we kind of started that conversation. So we look forward to continuing that, which I'm pretty excited about. We also had a discussion regarding transfer student success with Pam Cavanaugh, who kind of oversees the Direct Connect program. So that connects, Valencia and other schools like that to UCF. So we had a great conversation, trying to improve the transfer experience so that they have what is, necessary to start UCF and really hit the ground running. Also last week we had our June FSA meeting. So if you don't know what FSA is, it is the Florida Student Association. So that is made up of all of the student body presidents in the state university system. So there's 12 of us. Something exciting that they are doing this upcoming year. And once I have more information, I'll be sure to update you all and fill you in on how to get involved. But they are creating a bunch of different committees from different topics that will be open to all student government members from all the different state university system schools, where we can work together on different topics, whether that's diversity, equity, and inclusion, topics regarding sustainability, things like that, where we can kind of collaborate as, you know, a united front with all 12 schools. So I'm excited about that. And once I have more information, I will be sure to, you know, pass that over to you all so you can get involved. Also, tomorrow we'll be having our executive cabinet retreat. So I'm looking forward to having that time with our cabinet to really not only bond, but also, you know, start working on mapping out our year and some strategic planning in terms of our initiatives and events that we want to conduct. So those are all the updates from me. In terms of appointments, I hereby appoint Elizabeth Silva as Chief Justice, Grace Myers for EC Seat 1, Stephanie Henriquez for Seat 2, Alicia Wright for EC Seat 3, Max Kustikov for EC Seat 6, Deanna Miller for EC Seat 7, Brianna Phillips for EC Seat 8, and Luke Brown for EC Seat 9, and Taylor Calfee for EC Seat 10.
Are there any questions for the student body president? Seeing none, thank you, Brandon. Announcements from the student body vice president, none. Comptroller's report, President Greenaway, are you taking care of that?
Yep, I'll be giving it. Yep. So just some updates from Jeremy. So he will be reaching out to all the fiscal chairs this upcoming week to set up some one-on-one meetings just to kind of you know, talk about the transition into the next fiscal year and what things are going to look like in terms of that database. So fiscal chairs, be on the lookout for that. If you ever need anything, don't hesitate to email him. His email is sga_comp. And then the CRT current account balance is $68,289.55 with a reversion of 0.74%. And the FAO account balance is $14,592.06 with a reversion of 0.78%.
Awesome. Are there any questions for the student body president regarding the comptroller's report? Seeing none. Senator Shaw, did we get you for initial roll call or do you need to be accounted for?
I think I answered for Nadella by accident just because you said that was in replacement for Senator Luthra.
I think you answered Luthra, but we got you. I just had to admit you back, so I didn't know if you were.
Yeah, no, I got disconnected. Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Attorney General's report. Attorney General Moore.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good evening. I met with Dr. Gilmer this week, and we had a productive conversation about the student conduct process and ways we can make that more students aware of that process. And also this week, I conducted interviews, and as I'm expecting to be working closely with.
Oh, you're cutting out a bit. We can't really hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
You heard what I said before, right?
About Dr. Gilmer, yes.
Yeah, correct. I also did the EC interviews this week, as I'm expecting to be working closely with them. And that's it.
All right. Are there any questions for AG Moore? Seeing none, thank you. Cabinet Forum, Deputy Chief of Staff, Peter Pham.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Hope everyone's having a good day. For my report, I have met with representatives from all 3 campuses to talk about the next year and some initiatives that we want to accomplish. And we have some follow-ups that are coming up to, you know, ensure constant communication with them. I've also coordinated with ILA Pullman and we've decided to move SGLC to Wednesdays at 4:30 p.m. And it'll be right here in the chamber, or not in the chamber, but yeah. And then and applications for SGLC will come out the following Monday and will close on Friday, September 2nd. And that's all from me. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Thank you.
Are there any questions for Deputy Chief of Staff Pham? Seeing none, thank you so much. Director of Student Affairs report, Director Urea.
Hey everyone, not a whole lot for me tonight, but this week I've just been working with all the coordinators to get our division's initiative presentation done for retreat. And then I'm in the beginning stages of planning Winter Wonderland and coming up with some new ideas for that event. And I've also been planning meetings for the upcoming weeks with SAS, the Military and Veteran Student Success Center, the Graduate Student Advisory Council, CAB, and late nights. So yeah, as coordinators start getting more events and there's more things going on closer to the fall semester, I'll definitely be doing more consistent announcements to let you guys know about what's going on and keep you guys in the loop.
Okay, are there any questions for Director Urea? Seeing none. Announcements from the interim chief justice, none. Announcements from the supervisor of elections, none. Announcements from the activity and service B committee chair, none. Announcements from the scholarship committee chair, none. Announcements from the Senate president. Good evening, everyone. I hope you're having a splendid week. I just have a few updates. The order for our shirts is currently on hold and about to be processed. And so hopefully we'll have them by fall. I'm really hoping. Also, I put in the order as soon as possible. They just emailed me like an hour ago asking for some more information before they unhold our order. So I'll keep you updated on our shirts. And then currently I'm in the works of planning our bonding retreat and fall retreat. We need at minimum 8 people to do our bonding retreat for the summer. And I have 5 that confirmed they can do July 16th. So if you think you can do July 16th and you're in person, let me know. I just need 3 more people. And if not, sorry, can't do anything. But if you want to like go out to eat somewhere and you're in person, we can definitely do that. It's going to cost you money. And then I'm sending email to the branch heads, not branch heads, but branch heads for our branch, legislative branch and their offices, Pro Tem Board DeMarla and I's offices. And we're soon going to be talking about our fall retreat and what that's going to look like for everyone. And caucus and committee chairs will probably be reaching out to you soon about different PowerPoints that you'll be creating regarding your leadership role and what you are leading, which is your caucus or committee, to the new senators that may be coming in because they didn't have that same orientation that you had in the spring. And lastly, caucus descriptions, logos, and merch items are due next week on Friday. This is very important because I need to turn in the form so that I can get your merch so that you're ready for these events. A lot of our caucuses have some amazing things in the works. They'll probably talk about it in their announcements today. I don't want to be the person that reveals it. I'll let them do that. But does anybody have any questions for me regarding my announcements? Chair Hurst.
Just one clarification. For the retreat, you said that it would be on the 16th because in the chat it says 15. That's why I'm just making sure.
Oh yeah, for the bonding retreat, it should be the 16th. But let me check. Yeah, it should be the 16th. So you're hearing it from me now. If I put 15th, that was on accident. It is the 16th. So if you can make the 16th, give me a thumbs up in that chat. If you're not in that chat, the chat I created were the people that responded to the Survey Monkey. So if you didn't respond to the Survey Monkey and you know that you can make the 16th, just go ahead and message me and I'll count for you. But I need to get this in by Friday. So if we don't have 8 people by Friday, then it's probably not happening. Thank you for that question, Chair Hurst. Are there any other questions for me? Seeing none. Internal legislative assistant report, none. External legislative assistant report, ELA Richmond.
So hey, not too much from me, just that the Senate newsletter was posted last week on the Instagram story.
Awesome. Are there any questions for ELA Richmond? Seeing none. Senate President Pro Tempore report, Pro Tempore DeMarla.
So I hope everyone's doing well. I wanted to give you guys an update on the RSO allocation. So after a long time, we were finally able to get the list of all the RSOs. So we're working on allocating that. So just keep checking your email. We should be able to send it soon. And then we're also continuing our look into changing fiscal caps. And we've definitely had more conversations about it. If you guys are interested about like exactly what's going into our thought process, you can always just contact me. But we definitely are leaning towards increasing them. Obviously, we can't say anything for now, but we're also working with like CCS deans to see what we can do about helping fund those RSOs that came in that one day. So just a little update on that. And then we're now halfway through the summer and everyone's doing an amazing job adjusting to their role. So I just want to say that I'm proud of you guys and that you guys are doing amazing. As usual, if you guys have any questions or concerns, please just reach out to me. I'm here to support you guys. So just send me a text. My contact info is in the files.
Are there any questions for Pro Tempore DeMarla? Seeing none, Deputy Pro Tempore of Legislative Affairs report, none. Deputy Pro Tempore of Senate Relations report, none. Caucus reports, APIA caucus. Did you have anything that you wanted to say, Chair Patel?
We're just working on getting our March finalized, and we're planning some events for the fall semester right now.
All right. Are there any questions for Chair Patel? Seeing none, Black Caucus, Chair Daedalus.
Hello, everyone. I hope you guys had a great day. And if you didn't, make it a great day. You still have a couple more hours left. Just my weekly reminder to take care of yourselves. Drink at least 8 cups of water a day. Eat at least 2 meals a day. And, at least try for 6 hours. It may be unrealistic, but it doesn't hurt to try, because what doesn't kill you make you stronger. Black Caucus, I will be meeting with Rick, Caroline, and Rashna next week on Tuesday at noon, which I'm really excited for, y'all. Y'all don't understand. I'm really excited. Look out for the when to meet for our next meeting, since we have to reschedule it, since it would have been on July 4th. So look out for that. And then a humongous, I should have put that, a humongous, ginormous, gargantuous shout out to ELA Richmond for the newsletter. It was really great seeing that. I loved it, really informative. And people were asking me questions about it when I posted it on my story also. So a really great way to reach out to the UCF community and even more about what we do here. So big shout out to you, girl.
Are there any questions for Chair Daedalus? Seeing none, Disability Caucus, Chair Campbell.
Good evening, everyone. I hope we're all doing pretty well. So this week in the caucus, I finally got an update on the situation for finding a space for the Disability Commons. It's not a great update. There's one part that I'm actually going to talk later about in the Senate forum, because it affects Disability Caucus, but it also affects the entirety of student government funded spaces on campus. It's a much bigger issue. Outside of that, we kind of tossed around the idea of doing some form of disability-centric event here on campus, something to kind of bring the mood up a bit, because everything that we've been working on is relatively serious. That's it.
Are there any questions for Chair Campbell? Seeing none. Let's see, where are we? Latin Hispanic Caucus, none. LGBTQ plus Caucus, Chair Carter.
Hey guys, good to see my face today. Hello, the LGBT caucus is meeting tomorrow 11 a.m. So if you are in the caucus and you want to come, please come. Earlier this afternoon, I had a productive meeting with the D&I coordinator. Very good meeting. She is so lovely. And our caucus logos and 2 out of 3 merch items have been sent in. We're currently working on another one. We want to work on a pamphlet. We've decided on pins, as well as there's not another item, but I forgot. And we're also working on some of our initiatives for the fall, such as tabling and a workshop. And then my daily reminder to wear sunscreen, at least SPF 50.
All right. Are there any questions for the LGBTQ plus caucus? Seeing none, Women's Caucus, none. Give me 1 second. I need to refresh my page, so it might cause some problems. If it does, okay. Unfinished business, none. Fiscal Committee caucus time, none. Fiscal Committee report, CRT Committee, Chair Samillo.
Hey y'all, so in committee on the 19th, we saw old business, we saw allocation 55020, which was denied. And new business, we saw allocation 55026, 55027, 55028, 55029, which were all approved. And then we postponed 55030. I am in person, so come give me a hug tomorrow morning in the office.
Are there any questions for Chair Samillo? Seeing none, FAO Committee, Chair Butler.
Hello, everyone. FAO met last week and chose our fiscal quarters for the year, and we approved 5502 and we PPI'd allocation 5501.
All right, are there any questions for Chair Butler? Seeing none, ORS committee, none. Fiscal legislation, none. Internal committee reports, ENA committee, Chair Kanawha.
Howdy, Senate. I hope y'all are staying safe out of the storms for those of you that are still in Orlando. This upcoming meeting at ENA will be interviewing for Chief Justice and Election Commission, and that is again Wednesday, 11 a.m., and we're doing hybrid, so Zoom or the charge-on chamber. I'll send the Zoom link to the main Senate chat as soon as it's up, and we will be over the moon to see some new faces and hear some new questions posed to our nominees. But other than that, that's all from me.
Great. Are there any questions for Chair Kanawha? Chair Carter?
It's just like a general question. So for like ENA meetings, can only committee members pose questions, or can other senators pose questions?
We could make a motion to allow non-committee members to, but it would certainly be easier for people to just join ENA to do so. And I would recommend that to get a broader perspective for our interview questions and styles.
Are there any other questions for Chair Kanawha? Chair Hurst?
This is not a question, it's just a reminder. Please join ENA. We have like nobody works there, so it's kind of sad.
Are there
ENA.
Are there any questions for any more questions for Chair Kanawha? Seeing none, thank you. GAP committee, none. LJR committee, Chair Yalamanchili.
That'll be me. We had 3 absence requests seen today, all approved. They are listed below. And Vihan is not available to put a history fact in there, so I'm not going to say one. There was one earlier on today, and that'll just be the one that is used today. So we're done with that.
Are there any questions for Chair Hurst? Seeing none, SBA committee, Chair Hurst.
Hello again. Hope you're all having a great summer. Per usual, SBA's Zoom link is going to be in the Senate Teams chat tomorrow morning. If you or someone you know wants to sit in, even if you're not on the committee, I would love to see your face or at least hear your voice. We kind of are all mixed and scattered around at the moment, so I'd love to see everybody or at least hear you. We also have fun icebreakers at the end of our meetings, so please come and join just to see those and, have a great summer.
Are there any questions for Chair Hurst? Seeing none, confirmations, I'll take a motion. Chair Samillo?
Is it for speech, question, and debate?
Yes, ma'am.
5-minute speech, 8-minute question, 8-minute debate.
There's been a motion for 5-minute questioning, 8-minute for all these confirmations. Are there any objections to that motion? Seeing none, you'll find that motion stands approved. You'll find the materials for the confirmations linked right in our agenda. And with that, for judicial seat 4, we have Eliza Doyle. Eliza, you have 5 minutes for your speech when you are ready.
Okay, I got it. Okay, hi. So hello, Senate. My name is Eliza Doyle. I will be going into my 3rd year this fall, majoring in biomedical sciences with a minor in history and a certificate in German studies. Last year, I served as Associate Justice, seat number 4, and the Precedent Committee Chair, and would love the opportunity to continue my time within both the judicial branch and student government in general. I've been involved with student government since I joined college, first with SGLC and then later with JLC within freshman year. So with that, in addition to my last year spent on the council, I'm pretty familiar with many of the procedures and processes that comes with the role. I've also had the opportunity to serve on a number of our appeals, including parking, student conduct, and fiscal appeals, which we had more last year than in the history of the branch. My favorite part of student government is the ability to get to know the student body on a more personal level. Within the branch, we tend to interact with them very personally with things like our appeals. We get the chance to meet people, hear them out, and then do our best to ensure that they are having their voices properly heard. Outside student government, I have an active role within campus, I serve as something similar to a TA for an honors introductory course. I do research down in Lake Nona, which I'm starting my hut for this year. And I'm involved with some organizations on campus like the pre-medical one, PPMS. I spent my last year working on the branch on several things to not only improve the functionality, but to increase accessibility to the student body with things such as our newly updated parking FAQ and working towards translating some of our forms to Spanish. If I were to be reappointed to this role, I'd love to continue working on our little translation project, as well as a couple of new initiatives that I've brought to the table, like improving our student advising and increasing interbranch communication, namely by having a more active presence within the office, and then hopefully joining a caucus. Overall, I'm really excited to reapply for the position of Associate Justice seat number 4. I would love to answer any of the questions you all may have, and I yield my time.
Awesome. Are there any questions for Ms. Doyle? Pro Tempore DeMarla?
Hi, thank you for being here. So what do you think is the most meaningful activity you've participated on campus that you think will help you in this role?
You mean within my time on the judicial branch or outside of that?
Outside of that.
Outside of that, I would honestly think it would probably be my role as it's called a team leader, but it's basically a TA role within the Honors College. From there, I've got to kind of work on just introducing people to what it means to be here at UCF. So I know a lot about like what type of things are offered here, how to best get settled in. And I think that's been really an invaluable experience because I feel like it helps me understand things from a freshman perspective and coming into a big, scary university and just be a bit more open-minded, especially here too, like helping me understand where confusion can come up and then how to best prepare them going forward. Thank you.
Do you like Morset?
Hi, during your time as president chair last session, did you guys pass any precedents or talk about anything specifically that you feel like will help the judicial branch efficiency in the next session?
So one of the things that we did do was kind of update how we format our stances. So in the past, it was a bit more kind of like locked in. There was a couple things where we'd have to change a lot of things about it. And it was overall just slowing down the entire process, especially when we have a number of parking appeals that we have to get through. So we worked to simplify that a lot. And so that was one of the things that we worked on within the branch. And then further on, we worked on kind of creating like a internal fiscal appeals kind of folder. As I said, we did a lot, or I guess we did a lot compared to what we've done in the past, and we really were coming into that fresh. So we had to definitely hone in on what we needed to know. And so now we have a little folder with all the information to definitely help when it comes up in the future. So yes.
Are there any other questions for Ms. Doyle? All right, seeing none, I'll take a motion. Do you like Morset?
Move to debate.
There's been a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in debate. Pro Tempore DeMarla?
I'll be voting in favor of this candidate. I've had the pleasure to meet her last year as a justice, and she's just been amazing. She's passionate, ambitious, just like an overall well person to know. She's super helpful and like eager to just be a justice. So I think for all those great reasons, she makes a perfect candidate.
Are there any other senators wishing to speak? Do you like Morset?
I will also be voting in favor. I saw this candidate in ENA, and she seemed like to have a lot of experience and initiatives for the next session on how to improve the judicial branch of student government overall. So I'll be voting in favor.
Are there any other senators wishing to speak during debate? Seeing none, Chair Kana.
Motion to move to voting procedures.
There's been a motion to move to voting procedures. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. With a vote count of 27 to 0 to 3, congratulations, Justice Doyle.
Thank you.
Welcome. All righty, Andrew Colazzo, or is it Colazzo? Is that how you pronounce the last name? Is Andrew here with us?
I'm here.
How do you pronounce your last name, Andrew?
It's Colazzo.
Colazzo. Okay, I know that's like the English way, like it's kind of
Oh,
like
yeah.
yeah. How do you pronounce it with
yeah.
the Spanish accent?
So in the English way, it's gonna be Colazzo, but in the Spanish accent, it's gonna be Collazo.
Collazo. Okay, I figured because the double L, so I was like, but I
Yeah.
didn't butcher it. So Collazo. That's how you say it.
Mhm.
Andrew Collazo. You have 5 minutes when you're ready.
All right. Good evening. I'm Senate President and Senators of the UCF Student Government Legislative Branch. My name is Andrew Colazzo. I'm a sophomore studying political science on the pre-law track, minoring in psychology and seeking a certificate in intelligence and national security. I moved here to Florida roughly 3 years ago after my dad retired with 23 years of service to the United States Army, and I've loved every single moment of living here. Now today, I stand before you as a passionate and committed individual seeking the opportunity to serve as a UCF Student Government Associate Justice. I believe that the role of an Associate Justice is of utmost importance of ensuring fairness, justice, and integrity within our student government. Throughout my academic journey, I've been actively involved in various leadership roles, from my time in JROTC as a battalion commander to SGLC as the Experience Committee Chair. In these roles, I've honed my skills in critical thinking, problem solving, and impartial decision-making, qualities that are essential in carrying out the responsibilities of an Associate Justice. One of the primary reasons I'm drawn to this position is my unwavering belief in the power of fairness and equality. As an Associate Justice, I will strive to uphold these principles by carefully evaluating all cases brought before me and recusing myself in cases of personal bias or affiliations. I will approach each case with an open mind, weighing the evidence and ensuring that all parties involved are given a free and unbiased hearing. Furthermore, I strongly believe in the importance of upholding our student government's constitution and bylaws. As an Associate Justice, I will familiarize myself with these governing documents and use them as a foundation for my decisions. I will interpret and apply the rules in a consistent and objective manner, ensuring that our student government remains transparent and accountable to its members. In addition to my leadership experiences, I've also developed strong communication skills in my time as an undergraduate admissions ambassador. I will make it a priority to clearly articulate my decisions, reasonings, and any recommendations to the student government body. I believe in fostering an environment where students understand the decision-making process and have faith in the judiciary's ability to address their concerns. If given the opportunity to serve as an Associate Justice, I promise to approach this role with dedication, integrity, and professionalism. I will work collaboratively with fellow justices, student government agents, and the student body to ensure that our student government remains a beacon of justice and fairness. Lastly, I want to share with you all a phrase that my dad has been repeating since the beginning of time: never forget where you come from. For a long time, I was annoyed with this phrase. I would brush it off and deem it as one of those wise things older individuals would say. However, I have come to learn the importance of this phrase and the true meaning behind it, that no matter how far you have come and the compliments you've made, do not forget those who have supported you along the way. So with that being said, I would be doing a disservice to this phrase if I didn't acknowledge those who have supported me since day one. So thank you to Daniel, Jarib, Lucy, and Christina for being on this journey with me every step of the way. Thank you for your time, and I yield for questioning.
Are there any questions for Mr. Collazo? Chair Hurst, and then ELA Richmond.
Hi, Andrew. So with your position, how do you plan on building more relationships with other branches, like executive or legislative?
Yeah, of course. So one of my initiatives has to do with mental health workshops. And I'm not planning to do that by myself. I do want to collaborate with a diversity and inclusion coordinator in the executive branch, and then the disability caucus in the legislative branch. So essentially creating that intra-branch relationship.
DLEG Morissette, would you just ask a question and then ELA Richmond?
Yeah. Hi, Andrew. Can you name a time in which, sorry, wrong question. You put a lot of emphasis on your military background along with your father's military background. Can you explain how exactly that would help you in your role in the judicial seat?
Sure. So what I've learned, my family is like made up of military, so he's not the first individual to be in the military. And what I've learned from my father and from those before him, and just being a part of JROTC and receiving a cadet rank, I've learned to uphold the value of selfless service, that it's not all about me, it's about the people that I'm leading and who are following me and making sure that they are set for the future. And that's something that I'm going to do as a justice.
ELA Richmond, and then Hearst.
Hey, what is something that you've learned from the people that you mentioned at the end of your speech that you think will help you in this position?
Sure. I think one thing that I've really learned from each of those individuals is loyalty. They have never wavered in their loyalty in any way. They've stuck by me, and that's something that I'm going to do within the judicial branch, sticking with my fellow justices and sticking by the Constitution and always being loyal to our bylaws.
Hearst.
Which of the statutes, or as a whole, what do you think is the most important part of our statutes for student government?
I would say the most important, I would say honestly, the Constitution. In Article 1, Section 2, I believe, it states the jurisdiction of the powers of student government. And it basically says that we serve any student who's registered on the University of Central Florida. And I just think that's just a very powerful statement that we are not working for ourselves. We're working for every single student, all 70,000, no matter if they're online, in person, no matter their race, no matter their sexuality, no matter their gender. It doesn't matter who they are. We serve them wholeheartedly.
Chair Hearst.
Sorry, I thought of another question. When you're in a situation where you have to give it advising to a student, if they are extremely nervous, how do you plan on working with them to calm their nerves?
Sure. So something that I do to calm my nerves is honestly just writing whatever I'm thinking down. And I would essentially tell that individual, it's like, I understand that this is a very overwhelming situation. I understand that maybe you can't communicate with me through words. So maybe it's better that you write it down on paper and see it for yourself. And then from there, we can take any steps that we need to.
All right, let me check questioning time. Okay, are there any other questions? If not, I'll take a motion. Chair Samillo.
Motion to move to debate.
There's been a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Are there any senators wishing to speak in debate? Samillo. And then
I would like to say that this candidate is a very well-versed individual. Not only do they go out of their way in SGLC, but also within JLC and everything, just creating connections with people and really giving everybody the opportunity to go above and beyond. I feel like this individual will be amazing in the judicial branch. And I created a beautiful relationship with them while being in judicial and SLC. So I will be voting in favor.
I'm only going to take 3 in affirmation. So I'll go Sandlin, Pullman, Whitson. Or is it? No, wait, Ben's last name Sandlin. This is Lacasse. Lacasse, Pullman, Richmond.
Okay, awesome. That's the second time you've mixed up me and Benjamin. I just want to say, Sierra. I just wanted to say that, like, I feel like, this candidate was very considerate when it came to acknowledging like difficulties people can have in like formulating communication. And I don't know, I feel like that's the thing that I don't see a lot of candidates like bring up, is how they, how appropriately they'd handle those situations. And I feel like it comes from a strong sense of just understanding how to work with others. And so I feel like that's something that we could really use in representation wise in just all of our branches. So I have to say I'm strongly in favor.
Pullman, then Whitson.
Yeah, so this candidate has shown great compassion through their initiatives, which is so important for justice. Their communication is awesome, which is also important, and I will be voting upwards.
Whitson.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I really like this candidate's answers to all the questions that he was asked. So I'll also be voting in favor.
All right, are there any individuals wishing to speak in debate in negation of this candidate? Since we have 3 in affirmation. All right, seeing none, Chair Kana.
Motion to move to voting procedures.
There's been a motion to move to voting procedures. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. All right, with a vote count of 26 to 0 to 3, congratulations, Justice Collazo.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All righty, next we have Justin Davis for Judicial Seat 11. Justin, are you here with us? Is Justin here?
I am here.
Oh, we
just
see
getting
ya.
set up.
Awesome. We are ready when you are. You have 5 minutes.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Justin Davis, and I'm excited to hopefully be the next Associate Justice for seat number 11. So I'm a senior at UCF, majoring in political science, biomedical science, biotechnology, and biology. Within UCF, I'm a member of the President's Leadership Council, and I tutor the student athletes at UCF. Outside of UCF, I work for a defense attorney, and that's been a very valuable experience that I'm sure is going to help in this position quite a bit. So as an associate justice, I want to obviously preserve and uphold the ideals of the Student Government Constitution, as well as expand awareness of the Judicial Council as advisors in student conduct. I have a few internal initiatives for the justices, such as I know that student government has a day at the Capitol. I want to implement a similar program, day at the courthouse, where we meet the Florida State Supreme Court justices, and also a local judge shadowing program to shadow judges in the Orlando area. I have not been with the judicial branch very long, but I've already had quite an amazing time getting to know all the other members. They're all really fantastic people. And one more thing I think everybody should know about me is that I'm partially deaf. So if you have a question and I asked you to repeat it, it's nothing against you. I just missed part of the question. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. And with that, I yield my time and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Great. Thank you, Justin. We are now in questioning. Sandlin?
Hi, Justin. Thank you so much for coming out. I was just, you mentioned in your speech that your role in being the assistant to a defense attorney would help you in this position. I was just wondering if you could elaborate on that a little bit. Tell us a little bit about what you've learned in that position and how that could help you in this role.
Yes. So in that position, I do almost everything involved with the criminal justice process. I look at all the evidence surrounding the case and I formulate arguments. I look at the best strategy for my defense attorney to make. I have met with clients and basically have just discussed every single aspect of the case with him. I think that applies here very well, obviously in student conduct processes and also in other functions of the role, because there's a lot of legalese and there's a lot of things that go into the judicial branch. So.
All righty. See, are there any other questions for Mr. Davis? All right, seeing, I'll take at least one more question. Chair Carter?
Hi, Justin. What is something you look forward to if you are confirmed this session as to like being a justice?
I look forward to being an advisor to students that are going through the conduct process. I think that it's important that everybody gets their fair shake, and I'm excited to help out in that regard.
All right. Are there any other questions for Mr. Davis? Seeing none, I'll take a motion. D-Leg Morset.
Move to debate.
There's been a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Are there any senators wishing to speak in debate? ELA Richmond and then Pro Tempore DeMarla.
Justin seems very qualified and eager, has a lot of plans for what he wants to do, so I'll be voting in favor.
Pro Tempore DeMarla.
Yeah, I think this candidate is very qualified. I like the way that they answer the questions and their speech in general, and I can really see how this role ties into their character and their personality and why they want to choose the professional career that they want. So for all those amazing reasons, I think we should all vote in favor.
Are there any other senators wishing to speak in debate? Seeing none, Chair Khanna.
Motion to move to voting procedures.
There's been a motion to move to voting procedures. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. With a vote count of 30-0-2, congratulations, Justice Davis. Of course. All right. Senator Trainer.
Present voting.
So noted at 6:54 p.m. Our next individual for confirmations is for the College of Graduate Studies, seat 1, Sebastian Quiroga. Please correct me if I butchered that. I would love to hear you say it so that I can say it correctly.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay, it's Quiroga.
Quiroga. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. You have 5 minutes when you're ready, Sebastian.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Sebastian Quiroga. I'm a current graduate student at UCF. I'm in the cybersecurity and privacy master's program. I'm set to graduate in the spring of 2024. I've already graduated with my bachelor's in international relations from FIU, and I've come here to UCF and decided to become a senator to be able to serve and give back to a community that has obviously welcomed me very greatly with open arms. And I saw fit with this great welcome to get involved in student government and become a senator and give back to the UCF student community. I see UCF as a vibrant community filled with various intelligent and interesting people. And it's a great school with amazing academic programs. So I just saw it as a natural next step for me to come here and attain my master's. Although I do have limited student government experience, I am willing to learn and contribute myself fully to helping every graduate students with any needs they may have and help their experience here at UCF be a better one. With my background, obviously coming from a different university, it gives me a whole new perspective on the UCF community, allowing me to see where changes and improvements can be made to better the student community and university as a whole. My experience in the last 2 semesters in Hispanic RSOs and my past involvement in a fraternity in my undergrad, it allowed me to get involved in different financial committees for both those organizations, helping me learn to work better in team settings and seeing how it is these organizations allocate the appropriate funds that serve other groups within that organization. It also taught me how to work well within a team environment and see how the flow of the money really works, and getting people to, you know, get more involved by contributing the monetary aspect. All this compounded me to give me obviously a perfect background in the committee that I really want to get into, which is the Financial Allocation for Organizations Committee. I'm obviously willing to put in the work for the aspects that are missing that I have to yet to learn for that financial committee. And I obviously look forward to serving the UCF community in any capacity that I can. Yield my time.
Thank you. We are now in questioning. Are there any questions for Mr. Quiroga?
Quiroga, yeah, there we go.
Great,
There you go.
awesome. Are there any questions? How do you pronounce your last name? Lazier, Senator Lazier.
Yes, that's perfect, actually. So I got two questions.
Yes.
One, what fraternity were you in your undergrad? And two, if you could be the CEO of any company, what would it be and why? I just wanted to ask some questions.
Good question. So in my undergrad, I was in the Zeta Beta Tau fraternity at FIU. And then the second question was, can you repeat it?
If you could be the CEO of any company, what would it be and why?
If I could be the CEO of any company, I would definitely like to be the CEO of Apple, just because of how innovative they are with their products and how much they've really changed the world in aspects of communication and technology. I see it as a great company to be at the lead of it, and obviously head it into new light and like new different ventures that would obviously help and be in the betterment of everybody that's a big Apple consumer.
Sorry, go ahead. D-Leg Morset and then Chair Hurst.
Hi, Sebastian.
Hello.
Graduate studies is one of the most underrepresented colleges within the Senate body. How do you plan on using your seat to represent graduate studies more within Senate and student government as a whole?
Well, I would try to represent them more as a whole by obviously getting involved a little bit more with the graduate studies RSOs that are out there, and, you know, getting in contact with them directly with their leadership and seeing what their needs may be and what I can do to, you know, facilitate those needs and to make sure their voices are heard here in the Senate and at UCF wide.
Chair Hurst.
Hello. So, as you are from another college that you did graduate from, and you are a little bit on the different side, because a lot of us are in our teenage years, what do you think are different perspectives you can bring to Senate that are from either a different college or from life experience that you have that can be different from our own?
Well, I guess from life experience, I could bring those teachings that I've learned by the different hardships that I've had to kind of go through with like that indecision of where I was going to go in my future, and being able to like figure that out and push forward from that will obviously give me the right headspace to, like, when there's like an impasse maybe in Senate on certain things, be able to like lead it and steer it into like a more like conclusive way, so that way we can reach a decision. And then the perspective from already, you know, graduating and having seen how a college works within my undergrad years and being involved as a federal work study, being within the system as well, working for the state of Florida university system, showed me a different aspect altogether that I know that I can contribute perfectly here in the Senate.
ILA Pullman.
Hi, so I'm gonna piggyback off of D-Leg Morissette. Can you cite any concerns that you think students in your college are dealing with currently that would be something that you could help them through this position?
Well, I'm gonna go based off personal experience more than what I know from others. I had maybe a little bit issues of trying to find like funding sources for the master's program, especially mine, since it's a little bit more newer. So I had to obviously go in and get loans. to be able to fund myself. So I feel like if I'm able to contribute in finding more opportunities, facilitating more funding sources for graduate students in different master's programs, I feel like there I could help a lot. And maybe also try to like form like an easier way of finding like a mentorship program for grad students who are trying to write a thesis and do more research, because I found that hard for myself as well, trying to find an advisor for my committee. It's just been like a workaround of trying to like have someone there to help me. So I feel like I could, with those two personal issues that I encountered in my graduate studies, I feel like I could be able to contribute more in that kind of headspace.
Are there any other questions for the candidate? Seeing none, I'll take a motion. Deleg Morset.
Move to debate.
There's been a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Are there any senators? Chair Carter?
I will be voting in favor for this candidate. Having a candidate that comes from another school, especially undergrad, will give us a very different perspective, especially having like knowing concerns for graduate students. The funding issue is definitely real, so I'll be voting for favor for this candidate. And I encourage everybody else to vote in favor as well.
Pro Tempore DeMarla?
I'll also be voting in favor. And I agree with Carter when they talk about how like coming from a different undergrad gives you a different perspective, which I think is so valuable. And also, I'm such a big advocate for graduate students being a part of student government. We really don't get that many, so they're really underrepresented. So I think that any addition is such a great addition, and the candidate plays perfectly into that role.
Are there any other senators wishing to speak in debate? Seeing none, Chair Knaw.
Motion to move to voting procedures.
There's been a motion to move to voting procedures. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. With a vote count of 29 to 2, congratulations, Senator Quiroga.
Thank you, and pronounce it good. So thank you.
I'm glad. That's the goal. Alrighty. Next, we have our very own College of Graduate Studies seat, Chair Carter. Well, Ariana Carter. She is moving from an undergraduate seat to the graduate seat. That is why we're seeing her. And she's still a voting member here. So Ariana, 5 minutes when you're ready.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, I am ready. Good evening, senators. I will be a first-year political science master's student in the fall, and I look forward to hopefully being confirmed as senator for the session. I joined the Senate in my last semester of undergrad and have thoroughly enjoyed my time being involved in student government. I had not been active in student organizations at UCF until my senior year due to feeling out of place as a transfer and focusing on my academics. When I did join student organizations, I found the connections I was looking for to enjoy my time on campus and connect with my peers. I've always enjoyed helping and advocating for others, especially as a student, because our experience matters the most. I have not gone too long about high school because that was only 3 years ago. It made a huge impact on me. I served as the co-editor-in-chief of my yearbook alongside my best friends, and I found that journalism is one of the best positions in advocacy. As for the seat, which I'm hopeful to be confirmed for, I want to continue the work and initiatives I am currently doing in the student government and the LGBT+ caucus, SBA, and FAO. As I'm new to the Senate, I'm still learning all that there is to know about fiscal matters, and I'm confident in my current abilities. Sitting senators and advisors have been a huge help and role model for me in learning about Senate, which is why I want to continue to serve the student body. Throughout my time as a student, worker, and now teacher, I have honed in on many skills that would benefit the student body, the Senate, such as being adaptable, detail-oriented, and most importantly, having balance in life. As for the seat I am interviewing for, I would be a graduate senator. I would be one of the two graduate senators sitting this concession, which one of us has been confirmed. It has been something I've always wanted to see, undergraduate students and graduate students connecting. Some graduate students serve as faculty members, or some are simply students with outside responsibilities. No matter, I want to help advocate for the graduate student body and foster connections to student government and administration. Student government is not only for undergraduate students, and this is something I want to show, that student government is there to help all types of students, and I yield the rest of my time.
All right. Also, you can find specifically the Senate confirmation materials in the chat. Chair Kana has linked that so that we don't have any repeating questions and you'll have all that you need to evaluate our candidates. Are there any questions for Senator Carter? D-Leg Morset.
Since you're switching seats from undergraduate to graduate, do you feel like your focus or kind of like tunnel vision in terms of what you want to work on our initiatives will change?
In a way, yes, definitely, because graduate students are, like was mentioned previously, are underrepresented. And not to like copy Sebastian's answer, but definitely funding is a real issue. So definitely focusing on things that graduate students are searching for, such as kind of feeling more represented to administration, not just as faculty members, but as students as well in both roles, and as well as kind of feeling a place in the university.
Are there any other questions for Chair Carter? Seeing none, I'll take a motion. ELA Richmond.
Motion to move to debate.
There's been a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Okay. I will go Vice Chair Duke, Lacasse, and then ELA Richmond.
Hi. Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna be voting in favor, and I encourage everyone to. Carter is an amazing senator, and I would love to see them represent the College of Graduate Studies because it definitely is very underrepresented. And yeah, just I would encourage everyone else to vote in favor.
Lacasse and then Richmond.
Yeah, so absolutely, kind of like Duke said, that Carter is amazing. I've always loved working with them, and they would do a great job representing graduate studies, which, again, like Duke said, could use some representation. So yeah, absolutely vote to confirm them because they just do an amazing job in all that they do.
Richmond.
I completely agree with what Duke and Lacasse said. She's very good at advocating, and I believe they will continue in this underrepresented seat. So I'm excited to see what she will do, and we'll be voting in favor.
So since we have 3 in affirmation, are there any in negation for the candidate? Seeing none, Chair Kana.
Motion to move to voting procedures.
There's been a motion to move to voting procedures. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. With a vote count of 30-0-2, congratulations, Chair Carter. You now hold the graduate study seat 2.
Thank you.
All righty. Next, we have Nicholas Nava Huzat for College of Business Administration, seat 1. Nicholas, you have 5 minutes when you are ready. Nicholas, are you here? We see you.
Yes. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, well, hi, good evening. All right, I'm ready when you guys are.
All right, go ahead.
All right, well, hello. Hi, everybody. Good evening. Oh,
Sorry, go ahead. We'll restart your time.
all right.
All right, well, hi, everybody. Good evening. My name is Nicholas Navacruzat, and I'm about to enter my third year here at the University of Central Florida. At the moment, I'm getting my bachelor's in accounting with a minor in health service administration, and I am a proud first-gen Knight. My mother's a Peruvian immigrant who had me at a very young age, and my father is a Mexican immigrant. Though I was born here in the United States, I am proud to consider both of these respective nationalities mine, even if I don't have much knowledge from the following countries. I stand before you today to be appointed to serve as the Senate Chair for my respective college, the College of Business Administration. As this is my first time getting involved with any sort of student government, I fret I may not have all of the answers, but I'm willing to learn as I'm driven to learn from this opportunity. When I applied for this position back in April, I wanted to recollect some of the values that I've stated within my application. Open-mindedness, adaptability, and kindness are some of the values that I've stated within my application as they continue to shape me as a person and how I look at them as a growing experience and allow me to be a great team player as I love to communicate and engage with others, especially with myself striving best in a team environment. Within the past 2 years I've been attending UCF, I would like to elaborate on some of the positions and involvement that I've had where I aspire to contribute within student government. Throughout the last year, I was an orientation leader with first year experience. Being an orientation leader, I was in that position throughout all of summer of 2022 and the fall season as well for the spring admits. We had, I believe, roughly 20,000 guests and students come into UCF, and as this is sort of like the first in-person orientation since the COVID-19 pandemic. Because of that, I was able to familiarize myself more with UCF, engage with incoming students and families, and I got a greater understanding about the College of Business as I collaborated with the advisors and kind of got more of an understanding of how a student within the College of Business will have to go through. Some other positions that I hold, last semester was the vice president of the Peruvian Student Association, where this upcoming semester I'm going to be the treasurer, and as well, I was involved with the Mexican Student Association. I also do work currently at the RWC as well, but moving forward from that, the main reason why I chose UCF is for its large student body and diversity, and I would like to make an impact where needed. Coming from a primarily Caucasian populated town in Southern California, my move to Broward County, Florida was eye-opening as it helped me expand my perspective and made me want to input myself into a more diverse environment. If appointed, I hope to provide transparency and professionalism within the chamber and within any caucus or committee. To specify, I am interested in joining the Latin Hispanic Caucus as well as join SPA, where I can be able to get hands-on experience in student government in general and to hear the voices of our student body and hear them out. Not only do I personally want to branch out and encounter a new experience in student government where I believe I will encounter growth and obstacles, but I also want to have a voice and become an advocate for those within my specific branch. I believe student government should be accessible and open to anyone, and I anticipate, if appointed, that I will receive the support from my fellow peers that will help me strive as a senator. An initiative, for example, that I had in mind is to find a method to get unbiased feedback of my fellow peers within my respective college and bring up any critical issues to the dean whenever we collaborate. I would like to make it accessible as possible, maybe collaborate with the College of Business, maybe even make a form of incentive, for example, class credit. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, and I yield my time.
All right, we are now questioning. Are there any questions for the candidate? Dileg Morset.
Hi, Nicholas. I myself hold a current seat with the College of Business. And I know towards the end of your speech, you kind of already said some things you would like to work on with your seat with the College of Business already. But do you yourself have some concerns or anything that you would personally like to bring up to the dean currently?
Personally, at the moment, I can't really think of anything. I will say that there may be, for example, the class formatting. I know how within the College of Business, we all have the all method and maybe try to implement a way of expanding it if possible. Let's say, for example, regular classes that meet on a day-to-day basis. Not also that, I try to maybe hear out some of the students, what exactly are they also looking for in some classes.
Pro Tempore DeMarla.
Yeah, thank you for being here. So I really liked how you touched about diversity in your speech, since that's such an important subject, especially at UCF. So considering that and also just like the state of our legislature, what are some steps you think you would specifically take as a student government representative to ensure diversity here on campus?
Well, first things first, I would like to also enhance my education when it comes to the diversity here at UCF. I know for a fact, since we are a large body of about roughly over 70,000, we celebrate all sorts of diversity and inclusion. For example, I'm Hispanic and Latinx, so we have, I believe, Hispanic Heritage Month in September. I do understand that student government does host a bunch of events and a bunch of resources available. And in a way, I'd like to involve myself and also get support from my peers as well, try to educate myself as much as possible. And moving forward from that, I feel I would like to help out as well when it comes to excuse me. I would like to help out when it comes to spreading the word, for example, going on Instagram, going onto the student government website, and making sure to make this accessible for everybody.
Are there any other questions for the candidate? Seeing none, I'll take a motion. Sandlin? Oh, that was.
Sorry, I was gonna ask one more question if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, Acosta, and then I'll take you, Sandlin.
Okay. If you do get appointed, what will be some initiatives or plans you would try to do with the Latin caucus?
All right, so as I said before, I did want to be involved within the Latin caucus. To give a bit more of a backstory, again, coming from a Mexican and Peruvian background, I don't exactly have much knowledge about my nationalities in a way, besides stories from my mom. For example, coming here to UCF and joining these RSOs that I've stated helped me come in touch with that. And it made me, in a way, want to be more involved within UCF. I don't have any specific initiatives myself, as for a fact, since this is going to be the first time I'm going to be within any student government. But at the same time, I'm very willing to learn and to be transparent as possible. Yeah, that being said, I love to be hands-on and I love to be able to, in a way, get my feet wet into a field. I like to be able to help out when needed and to support, let's say, other initiatives from other senators within the caucus.
Are there any other questions? If not, I'll take a motion. A motion? Do you like more set?
Move to debate.
There's been a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. I'll go Trainer, then Sandlin, and then Hurst.
Well, I will be saying that I will be abstaining from this vote, but I encourage everybody to vote in favor. Nico's a really, really great guy. I had the pleasure of working with him with FYE last year as an orientation leader. And if there's anything Nico can do, he can do it better. He's a very intelligent guy, very charismatic, and overall just a pleasure to be around. And I think he would make a really valuable addition to student government. And that's all.
Sandlin?
I'm going to be voting in favor of this candidate. He seems very knowledgeable of the position as well as very passionate about the work that lays ahead of him. So I'm happy to be approving his appointment to the Senate, and I can't wait to have him here.
Hurst?
Same as the two, I think this candidate is good for the position. I love that he is willing to learn and ready to and eager to learn about the position and everything else that it holds. He does have quite a bit of knowledge he can work from, but with all that said, I will be voting in favor.
Are there any senators in negation, since we have 3 in affirmation? If not, Chair Kanawha.
Motion to move to voting procedures.
There's been a motion to move to voting procedures. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. All right, with a vote count of 30-0-3, congratulations, Senator Nava Cruzat.
All right, well, thank you so much.
Of course. Next up, our very last confirmation of the night, we have Lisiana Vorn for College of Business Administration, seat 6. Lisi, you have 5 minutes when you are ready.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lisi. I'm an accounting major minoring in women and gender studies. My parents immigrated here from Cambodia, and I've lived in Jacksonville, Florida all my life. These past years, I spent time interning with Val Deming's campaign, and I currently intern for Forefront CPA, which is a local tax firm. I also recently graduated from this year's SGLC and EOC class. Upon my time within the SGLC, I learned that I wanted to be part of something bigger than myself, which is why I'd like to be part of this year's Senate session. I'd like to support our student body and RSOs throughout their college journey and to collaborate with other student representatives to create initiatives inside and outside my college. Some initiatives include updating the lockers outside the Keon L. Thomas Testing Center. Nearly all exams taken within the College of Business are to be taken within the testing center, in which no personal belongings are permitted. Students are encouraged to place their items in lockers that cost 50 cents or 25 cents per use. I'd like these lockers to be placed similar to the ones within the student union that are free of charge. I'd also like to offer free business cards for our students. Many students have entrepreneurial goals during and after college. I'd like SG to provide a template for students to edit and submit personalized business cards for them to use for their careers, free of charge. Students within and outside the College of Business are encouraged and sometimes required to gain internship experience. These opportunities are located all over Orlando or other cities. I'd like to work directly with the Safety and Transportation Coordinator within the Executive Cabinet to provide free Sun passes to students and coupon codes or gift cards to help students pay for tolls. This would operate similarly to our Lyft Pass program. I'd like to also strengthen the relationship of our RSOs and SG by using the directory boards around the student union to celebrate the accomplishments of our clubs. I was inspired by the You Got the One boards within the College of Business, in which students submit job or internship opportunities they've gotten, and it is posted around social media. I'd like to work with the digital media coordinator within the exec to make this happen. Throughout my time as a senator, I'd like to participate in the following committees. The FAO committee, I would best be able to use my fiscal background, as my time as a finance intern for Val Demings has given me a similar financial training. Throughout my studies as a women and gender studies minor, I participated in the Women at UCF project, in which we conducted a portfolio of all women leaders around this campus. My favorite aspect of learning about women's empowerment was learning about how impactful women throughout history and how their accomplishments have been stripped from them due to gender inequity and discrimination. I'd like to do similar work and collaborate with women at UCF to praise the accomplishments of the women leaders on campus. Going back to my time working for the Val Demings campaign, my favorite part of the campaign was learning about the governmental and political affairs of Florida. I'd like to be a member of the GAP committee to represent the Women's Caucus. Throughout my time within EOC, I learned a few things about myself. I learned what it means to be a leader and how I like to be a leader. A leader is someone who is supportive and empowers its team, even its smallest members. I learned that I'm a passionate leader that does things that is authentic to my intentions. Being a supportive backbone that bridges collaboration with a team is something I hold highly. Thank you, everyone.
We are now in questioning. Are there any senators wishing to ask a question? D-Leg Morissette and then Chair Carter.
Hey, Luciana. I want to put some attention on your initiative that you said about the locker rooms in the College of Business. Like I said earlier, I am a COPA student myself, and I have a similar issue, but I was wondering how exactly you would go by executing, carrying out that initiative.
Well, I'd like to contact those who work for the student and operate the student to see where they source these lockers and see how much they would cost in funding. And I do understand there has been a history of financial or fiscal deficits within SG. And although if we could not make this initiative and totally happen this year, I would like to point out that replacing the lockers within the business building is something that has been a long time coming. If you've seen these lockers, you would recognize that these are very outdated. And if we were to get these lockers, they would last probably 10 plus years, hopefully longer, and it would be something that would require little maintenance. So if we were to fund this through SG, this would be something that would no longer need any further assistance after this current year.
Chair Carter and then Richmond.
Hi, do you have a memorable experience that sorry, I blanked for a minute. Do you have a memorable experience that you believe would make you successful as a senator?
Memorable experience that made me successful as a senator. I'm sure I have more memorable experiences, but the first thing that comes to my mind was volunteering at the Black Business Showcase during Black History Month this year. I just felt such a warm impact from the UCF committee. It brought to my attention the type of inequities that the members of our African American community face. So it just gave me a big sense of pride that the UCF committee, especially its senators, are so progressive and innovative. So that made me realize that I also want to be a senator because everyone within the SG and outside of SG have this feeling of wanting to do something bigger than themselves. And I'd like for us to all collaborate on initiatives in which the different ways or reasons we have it, if that answers your question.
ELA Richmond.
How would you go about like the logistics of the SunPass thing? Because you pay like directly to the SunPass on your car, which is a little different to the Lyft passes.
With this initiative, I like to work with the safety and transportation coordinator, and I have found like $10 gift cards that you can buy to use for Sun passes. So I was thinking maybe we can pass these out, or students can apply online for these gift cards and that they can pick up through SG.
Are there any other questions for the candidate? Daedalus?
Hi, Lisi. I see you have like a lot of initiatives, which is honestly amazing. I just wanted to know, which one would you prioritize if you were to be confirmed tonight?
Well, the first one I would prioritize would be, actually, I'm not sure if I mentioned it or not, but another initiative that I came up with was to strengthen the relationship between the RSOs and SG, in which we would use the director boards around the student union to praise the accomplishments of our RSOs. So with the upcoming fall semesters, RSOs are looking to promote their organizations and promote their events. And with the new incoming class of UCF students, I want the first thing they see if I enter a club within UCF, it is something that is highly praised, and it is a community that I would feel proud of being a part of.
Okay, are there any other questions for the candidate, Daedalus?
Can I follow up?
You may.
Yeah.
How would it be, because I know Court has their RSO of the month, and I know if we being the caucuses, if we choose to, that we could also do like shout outs and stuff like that, similar to how MSC did theirs the past couple of weeks with the businesses and stuff like that. How would it be different from all of that?
The ones I'm more looking forward to, it's like, here is a volunteer event that this club just participated in, and hopefully we can get like a really cute pictures these RSOs can send in. Or maybe this person was just elected to be chair of this club, or maybe this club or organization just placed third at this conference, or something specific that comes to mind. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, but with the Baja Club, they build a go-kart out of scratch every single year. They engineer the entire thing themselves. So I think it'd be really neat if we could get like in progress pictures from the Baja Club like along the way to build like some hype for their end of the year race. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Are there any other questions for the candidate? All right, seeing none, I'll take a motion. Do you like Morissette?
Move to debate.
There's been a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in debate. ILA Pullman and then Sandlin.
So I think this candidate has some really unique initiatives that I've never really heard before. Obviously knows her stuff about Senate and SG, has a plan and general idea about the changes that she wants to make in the university. So I will be voting in favor.
Senator Sandlin.
I will also be voting in favor. I'm very impressed by this candidate's experience, and I think that'll work out well in this position. I appreciate the vision that she has going into this role, and she clearly has the drive to see them through. So with that, I will be voting in favor.
All right. Are there any other senators wishing to vote in favor of the candidate? Seeing none, Chair Kana.
Motion to move to voting procedures.
There's been a motion to move to voting procedures. Are there any objections? Y'all mentioned objection.
No, present voting.
So noted at 7:33. Borges.
Present and voting.
So noted at 7:33. All right, we are now in voting procedures. Yeah. All right, with a vote count of 30 to 0 to 3, congratulations, Senator Vorn.
Thank you. I look forward to working with all of you.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming. All right, and that's it with confirmations for today. Internal legislation, none. Oh, wait, what happened? Oh, I clicked something on accident. Okay. Internal legislation, none. Senate forum, Chair Campbell.
Yes, give me 1 second. Oh, sorry, hold on. So what I mentioned earlier was I talked with Rick Falco about just the comments, but he gave me a piece of information that I found that I should share with everyone else in here. So what's been going on is that the Office of Space Administration, through some other channels, there's been a new policy that's been put into place that's currently open for public comment. The reason why this is a big deal is because this new policy gives the committee that typically approves and denies different space allocations, space planning across the entire campus. It would then give them ultimate jurisdiction over things that are funded and controlled by student government as well. Meaning if they approved a company that we didn't necessarily want to come into a space in the student union, they would have overruling power over our own decisions. Right now it is up for public comments. If asked, I can try and get the link for that. But to my eyes, this is a huge deal. And through it, this was actually, this was something as a senator giving to us. Through this, let's say someone submitted a request to have some form of staff that needed an office take over one of the office rooms in the student government area. As long as the committee approved it, student government would have no say. That is a scenario that is given under this new, that is a scenario that can happen under this new policy. And I just wanted to share because not great at all.
Thank you, Chair Campbell. That'd be great if you could link that for our senators that are interested in it. Are there any other senators that are wishing to speak during Senate forum? All right. Senate deliberations. Are there any senators wishing to speak wishing to deliberate on a specific topic? All right. Advisors report, Brody.
All right, hey everybody. I don't have many announcements for you all. For those that are in paid positions and leadership, as a reminder, today is the last day of the pay period, so please submit your time. It's best to just do it tonight as soon as you're done. But at the very least, make sure to do it sometime before the end of the night. Other than that, yeah, we're kind of cruising along. Good work on knocking through all the confirmations and kind of getting through stuff. And that's it for me. Since we're home and I've had a sick kid all day, in an effort to keep her sleeping, I'm going to ask you all to just throw some senator shout outs in the Zoom chat. So yeah, with that, I'll pass it off to Netta and Maddie.
Hi, y'all. I'm here with Maddie. We're in the office. I turned the camera on. Yeah. If you want to have a one-on-one with me, email me. I'm here for you as always. I'll keep it quick so we can all go home. Maddie, anything? Hi. Bye. Thank you.
Are there any questions for the advisors? Seeing none, I also wanted to mention that there will be another like student government advisor that's being like assistant that's being interviewed. They had interviews today, so we should see another addition, not to like legislative advisors, but to student government as a whole very soon. So be on the lookout for that. I wasn't able to go to sit on the interviews today because I was out of town. Borges?
Yeah, are you able to elaborate on like, would that be an assistant director position under OSI or?
I think it's under, it's Jack's position.
Yeah, it's replacing what Jax used to do. It's a little bit, they've shifted the role a little bit. They're actually going to be housed downstairs in OSI, but they are still going to help support the student body president and vice president's calendar. They're going to do some of the office management, ordering supplies and etc. But also, over, just supporting our floor as well as OSI as a whole. And Reese and Amanda, you're correct. The student government had some representatives in the interviews, but the interview process is effectively over as long as one of the candidates from today, proceeds through the process and is hired. The interview process is over. So yes.
Thank you for the question, Chair Borges. Let me see. Were there any other questions in regards to that? No? Okay. Miscellaneous business, elections. Is there a motion to open elections for FAO?
So moved.
All right. Is there a motion, elections? Is there a motion to open nominations?
So moved.
FAO? Yeah, sorry. I'm like all over the place today. Is there a motion to nominate Senator Whitson and Senator Quiroga to FAO?
So moved.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those against, say nay. All those abstaining. Congratulations, Senator Whitson and Senator Quiroga. You are now elected to FAO. I should have closed nominations, but whatever, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna pause for a second because I guess, oh yeah, the new senators for their committees. I'm so sorry, Pro Tempore DeMarla. Let's pause on those for a second. I might have to open FAO elections again just in case somebody else wants to be on there. But
Yeah, if you're a new senator, just like send them to me right now so I can quickly put them in.
so we have like the FAO committee, CRT committee, we have SBA, student body advocacy, we have the governmental affairs and policy committee, we have the LJR committee, which is the, I forgot what it stands for. It's like something in rules committee that handles like absences, anything regarding to statutes, like what are those things called? censures, things like that. And then, yeah, you don't have to do it today, but if you, and then we have the caucuses, Hispanic, Black Caucus. Oh yeah, ENA, that's Elections and Appointments Committee. You went through that as well. Quiroga, you had your hand up?
Yeah, just to say I'm present and voting.
Oh yeah, so noted at 7:42. Vorn, did you want to go ahead?
Yes, present and voting.
So noted at 7:42 for both of you. And then, I mean, Carter doesn't have to do it again, right? And then Nava Cruzat. Cruzat? Oh yes, ORS, yes, operations. I'm so sorry. I'm literally having a brain fart today, but thank you, Tyler. Legislative, judicial, and rules. And then ORS is like, I don't even, that's so horrible. That's so horrible that I can't get off the top of my head right now.
They put SBA in the chat, by the way.
Yes, thank you. And then that handles sanctions. So when an ARSO doesn't spend the allotted amount of money, or they go over that amount of money, ORS handles that. We have our caucus, Latin Hispanic caucus, Black caucus, LGBTQ plus caucus, Women's Caucus, APIA caucus, which is the Asian Pacific Islander American caucus. Hurst?
Nicholas says that his Zoom is not Zooming and he wants to do SBA.
Okay, so we can put, oh, and we have Disability Caucus as well. Not too bad. Yeah,
You
fiscal
forgot about me.
lovers. Fiscal lovers would love CRT, FAO, and ORS. So, but if you don't know what you want to do now, you have till next week, so you can wait. But is that all our people? Demarla?
I think so. I do not know if Chair Carter has to re-sign up for the committees. If
I
they
don't think
switch
so.
things. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Then yeah.
Okay, great. Okay. I hereby appoint Senator Yalaman Chili and Senator Nava Cruzat to and I appoint Senator Vorn to GAP. And with that, I will take, I will take a motion. No one wants to go home? No one?
Wait, Sia,
Motion-
did you mention Women's Caucus? I don't know if my audio.
Yeah,
Oh, you
yeah, I
did.
said women's, yeah. I hope I did.
My-
Ooh, I'm gonna go with Kaze. I haven't seen their hand up in forever.
Motion to adjourn pending final roll call?
There's been a motion to adjourn pending final roll call. Are there any? Oh, I'm gonna have to quickly backtrack on that. Is there a motion to return to elections within miscellaneous business? Is there a motion?
So moved.
Thank you. I will get back to you, Kaze, in a second. Is there a motion to open for elections, to open nominations for FAO?
So moved.
Is there a motion to nominate Senator Vorn to FAO?
So moved.
Is there a motion to close nominations?
So moved.
So moved. All right. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Okay. All those against, say nay. All those abstaining. Congratulations, Senator Vorn. You are now elected to FAO. Okay, Kaze, I'll take it.
Motion to adjourn pending final roll call?
There's been a motion to adjourn pending final roll call. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Chair Hurst or Chair Yalman Chili, since Yalman Chili's here. Not sure which one wanted to do it.
Amanda,
You
do
want-
you have it?
I can in like about 2 seconds. Give me 1 minute.
All right, thanks. Go ahead.
Okay. Do you not want to? Is that the only thing?
It's that I don't have it pulled up because I came late. So it's gonna take me like a minute.
All right, I got it. Everybody
Thanks.
ready? Let's go home. All right. Herrera.
Present.
Thank you. Trainer.
Present.
eBay. Kenna.
Present.
Morissette.
Present.
Apple's absent. Bishop. Okay. Caringle.
Present.
Okay. Dallas.
Present.
DeCara. Oh, come on, DeCara. Damn. Butler.
Present.
Okay, Campbell.
Alive and well.
I know you're here. Castillo.
Here.
Lazier.
Present.
Fentel.
Present.
Hamid.
Present.
Larson. Moore. Rose.
Present.
Whitson.
Here.
There you go. Brown.
Present.
Zamillo.
Present.
Hamayan.
Present.
Nadella.
Present.
All right. Ishan Patel.
Present.
Yalaman Chili.
Present.
Luthra.
Present.
Thank you. Acosta.
Present.
Thank you. Borges.
Here.
Carter.
Present.
Duke.
Present.
Hochfelder. Okay. Holmes.
Present.
I'm here. Kazay.
Present.
Lacasse.
Present.
AJ Patel.
Here.
Coleman.
Present.
Richmond.
Present.
Sandlin.
Present.
Rivera. DeMarla.
Here.
And Mattal. Gus. Oh, you're here. Okay, good. 37 out of 43 quorum is verified.
All right, and with that, I hereby adjourn this meeting at 7:40.